Yo, this one's crazy, yo. This one's crazy, yo. Let me get my bearings. I was not planning to stream today. I was not planning to stream today. Holy canola oil. Golly. They got him. They got him up out of here, man. This is crazy. I mean, I didn't know it was gonna happen this quick. You know what I'm saying? But it confirms some things, man. And I don't know if we need to make this a full blown stream because a lot just happened in the NFL. A whole lot just happened in the NFL. But I think I know what everybody wants to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I think I know what everybody wants to talk about. Let's not delay any longer. Wow, I'm supposed to be doing work, man. I'm supposed to be doing work, believe it or not. And what happens is I'm trying to be responsible, and then this happens. You feel what I'm saying? And then this happens. OBJ to the Giants, but it don't matter because Toledo. I just made a video this morning. We're getting video from Andrew Berry right now. Okay, Andrew Berry is. Hey, y'all want to hear Andrew Berry? This is crazy. This is, I mean, one of the biggest trades in NFL history, Browns history. I made a video this morning and I told y'all how odd it would be if all the smoke and flames that have been talked about with Myles Garret getting traded, I was like, I don't see it. I said if they do that, they are punting on a winning season. And as it comes in, here it is. The Browns are finalizing a trade that will send two-time Defensive Player of the Year, one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Let's just get it out the way. Myles Garret to the LA Rams, who just picked up Trent McDuffie as well. In exchange for Garret, the Rams are expected to send Pro Bowl edge rusher Jared Verse and a 2027 first-round pick and other pick compensation still being negotiated. Now, wow. Like I don't know. It's gotten really dangerous. It's gotten so dangerous. I don't even know what to say. So let me show you this. Let's hear the man himself, Andrew Berry. I'm in shock right now. I gotta be honest with you, right? And all of that is great to hear. You know, we're gonna talk about that. First off, Jared Verse is a great football player. I really like him out of Florida State. Phenomenal football player. He's no Myles Garret. He is no Myles Garret. The Rams extended Matt Stafford. They draft Ty Simpson. They are win or bust this year, and it looks like the Browns are punting this year. Let's see what Andrew Berry had to say, though.
Real quick, obviously we wanted today really to be about the Browns Foundation and everything that we're doing, the good work that we're doing there. Not naive that there's a lot in the social media sphere regarding Myles. Nothing is final at this point. We are in discussions of a potential transaction, including him. I'll have a lot more to say about it once it is final, if it does become final. And I'll discuss the details at that point. But we are in negotiations. We're hopeful that we close something here in the next several hours. But nothing's final right yet. So like I said, I'll have an update for you guys maybe as soon as tomorrow when there's resolution. All right.
An update as soon as tomorrow. Yo, this is crazy. I'm not supposed to be live right now. I'm supposed to be doing stuff XYZ. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about everything individually for a second here. So there's a lot to unpack, and we do. We have the video basically that started all of this, right? The video that started all of this was Todd Monken actually speaking and confirming that he was never guaranteed that Myles Garret was going to be on this team. But I want to give you, I guess, the full storyline. So here, Adam Schefter, he tweets out the Rams' interest in Myles Garrett. It was actually sparked shortly after the Browns modified the contract of the 7-time Pro Bowl defensive end in March, pushing back the options bonus from the 15th of the league year in March to 7 days before the start of the regular season, making it easier to trade him. And now the trade is happening. And what I need to do is I need to go back and look at all the Browns media who said, nah, they just moving around stuff. Nah, man, he ain't getting traded. This is normal for a 2-time defensive player of the year. This is normal. No, it wasn't. No, it was. I'm kind of sad. Like, y'all know me. Y'all already know things. I'm a SHEDEUR guy. I'm a Texans guy. But I'm also a defensive guy. Myles Garrett, as a Texas A&M player, is one of the most remarkable football players to play on the defensive side of the ball, has the single-season sack record. From a technical aspect, from a build aspect, like one of the most flawless players at the position. And this is going to be funny. Maybe, well, it's another position, but Aaron Donald might be the only modern defensive lineman, again, different position, that could match him, though. I know Aaron Donald doesn't have the measurables that Myles Garrett has for the specific position, but regardless, right? Just an absolute phenomenal football player that is going to look weird with him not being in a Browns uniform. I gotta be honest with you, right? And again, Jared Verse is a really good he's a really good football player. A really good football player. Like I mean, clearly a Pro Bowler, XYZ. Does he fit or does he fill the hole that Myles Garrett leads? No, it's impossible to do that, right? But let me hear this is just a quick video of Todd Monken during a golf match speaking about some things happening with Myles Garrett. Let's hear
Well, he's not like any other player. I mean, I'm never told who's going to be on the team, who's not going to be on the team, if that's a question. I mean, every day we evaluate the roster. Andrew evaluates the roster. Management evaluates the roster. And like I said, he's no different than any other player we've got. So I don't know how to respond to that based on, because it's really no different today than it's been for the last however many months I've been the head coach. No, I wasn't assured that when I took the job. I was never assured of anything when I took the job, other than once I signed my contract and whatever my contract said, that's what I was assured. And no matter what any of us coaches sign up for, is we show up every day and we coach the guys that are in the building like we've done since we've been here. That hasn't changed.
What's good, Cavs fans? Get on your
I was muted the entire time. But as I was saying, because I was getting real hot, but my chat saved me. I said, I'm blaming it on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Myles came out there and supported y'all a month ago. Don't call it a do-over. He came out there a month ago and he supported the Cleveland Cavaliers, and y'all lost. You embarrassed yourselves. Is that the real reason why Myles Garrett is not here anymore? They said, hey, y'all ain't gonna trade for LeBron. Y'all ain't bringing LeBron back. Hey, get Myles Garrett out of here. I don't want to hear that. What's going on? But no, it couldn't have been the Cavs. It really couldn't have been the Cavs. It might have been the Browns media. Why else would Myles Garrett two-time Defensive Player of the Year not want to continue playing football at a place that allowed him to be amazing and do break records, all the phenomenal stuff, sack record, yada, yada, yada. Maybe it's because Tony Gross-y. He just the same day. Hey, this is the insider. The insider that tells stuff, that shows you stuff. This is him just a few hours ago. Here it is.
If the Browns had a trade in the works for Myles weeks ago or months ago, or when they made the modification to his contract, they would have drafted a defensive end. Okay, they're already shorthanded at defensive end with Myles Garret. So it's all smoke. It will blow out. And don't get your hopes up, those who want some exciting Browns news in the next 48 hours. I say it's not happening this year.
Wow. Well, it happened a few hours after you said that, Tony. So good job, Tony. Shout out to Tony Grossi. Shout out to the amazing Browns media that completely floundered every single time. But I do want to hear what their immediate reaction to losing one of the greatest players in their history of a franchise. Let's hear it.
You ready?
You ready?
Well,
no.
We thought June 1st would be a memorable day in Cleveland, and here we are, a bombshell trade. Myles Garret going where he belongs, Hollywood, to become America's new action star or a pass rusher for the all-in Los Angeles.
See, and this is what I be talking about. You're talking about the cornerstone to one of the greatest defensive units the Browns have seen. He's one of the greatest defensive players in the history of the NFL. And the first thing the Browns media member does, oh, well, he deserves to be in Hollywood. Oh, I'm sorry that the Browns are dog water. Nobody wants to be a Brown. No one wants to be the colorish. No. So now the Browns, instead of thank you, Myles Garret, for your service in sacks and putting a Joe Burrow in the tombstone pile driver twice a season, for terrorizing Lamar Jackson for twice a season, for putting a helmet through Mitchell Trubisky's skull. Was it him or was it Mason Rudolph? Whoever he smacked with a helmet. No. The first thing out of the Browns media's mouth is, oh, well, y'all never deserved him no way. That's what y'all get. So that, hey, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Y'all mad about it? Y'all upset about it? No, I don't think the Browns media is the reason why Myles Garret wanted a trade. But it's very funny to dunk on them. It's very funny to make fun of them. It's hilarious. Gotta be honest with you. But I want to bring something to detail before we get too excited, before we remute mics, right? Before it gets a little too out of hand. Just want to make sure we know that just like Andrew Berry said, and he alluded to, this is not a done deal, right? So before we get hooting and hollering and Ting starts yelling in the mics and hitting soundboards and doing whatever, remember, we just had a high-profile edge player, Max Crosby. We just had his trade rescinded or whatever they call it, rejected because of a failed physical. Now, I don't think Myles Garret, the man, isn't he dating like an Olympic GOAT or something like one of the greatest Olympic was she ice skate? I'm not specific, I'm not sure, but I heard she's a demon. I heard she's a dog. I think he's okay. I think Myles Garret, the 6'5" alien that was made to play edge, I think he's gonna pass the physical. So unless the Rams see something they don't like, unless the Browns do something, you know what I mean? The way things look like is Rams just get Myles Garrett. So nobody else, right? Because it could be very well that, you know, when these trade happens, you start hearing, okay, the smaller player goes. As it stands right now, no other player. It is just straight Myles Garrett. As well as a 27 first-round pick in defensive end, Jared Verse. Can I just say that if this is, in fact, the final deal, because if the deal's not done yet, apparently it's not, it's going down, according to Ari Mirov. I need to say that if the Browns are just getting next year first round pick from the Rams, a team that's not going to have a high first round pick, right? You're not going to get your quarterback pick from the Rams first round pick next year, Browns, if that's what you want. If you want Arch Manning, he's not going to be in the Rams pick, right? So you're baking that you're going to be trash next year. And you replace him with a really good football player in Jared Verse, and a great football player in Jared Verse, but not Myles Garrett. And you get nothing else. One of the greatest football players that's breathing air on the face of the earth right now just broke a record, a game changer, record destroyer, and all you get is a first round pick and the equivalent of a third. Again, he's in his second year, third year. Right, going into his third year, Jared Verse is good football player, but that's the equivalent of a third round pick. You're getting the second year of a rookie contract, right? So it is going to be a lot cheaper. It's going to be better on your books, but you missed out on some of those cheap days. You get a very good football player and just a first round pick. This does not tell me that the Browns are trying to win football games this year. This is not something that shows me, oh, okay, well, don't worry because they got boom, boom, boom. They got another defensive player. They got another offensive lineman. Really what they did is they turned Myles Garrett into three other players. That's not what they did. They're sacrificing Jared Verse years. That's what they're doing. That's what it looks like. If I was a Browns fan, that's what I'd be looking at right now. This is crazy. I want to see if there's any more updates. Let me see, because, you know, I'll be getting the – I want to make sure. My guess would be a 28-second gets added and then maybe some day 3 pick swaps. Okay, so people are speculating on what else can be added. They better add something else, dog, because I just don't know how. I just don't know how, man. My goodness gracious. Okay. So I do want to go into detail here. Our guy Daniel Fusi, Fusier, Fusi, right? Fusi. Sorry, somebody told me how to say it right. Just some more details about Jared Verse. And again, I keep saying it. I want to stress that Jared Verse is a great. I've liked him since Florida State. He's actually played at. God, he played at a smaller school before. I can't remember his full story, but great story from Jared Verse. Right, New Browns defensive end. He was the 2024 AP Defensive Rookie of the Year. So again, this is going to go into his third year of his rookie contract. He has 99 pressures since entering the league in 24. Only Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett, 119 and 109, have more over that span per ESPN research. Verse turns 26 in November and is eligible for a contract extension after this season. So basically, this is a contract year, not a contract year, but you know, hey, prove that you can get this extension type year. So look, again, I want to stress that Jared Verse is not he is not remarkably a bad football player, but there aren't many. There is no other Myles Garrett. Any other player would be a downgrade. You feel what I'm saying? Even if any other player, any other player would be a downgrade at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Myles Garrett that you're talking about. You're talking about Myles Garrett with probably 1 or 2 left prime years, right? And now if it stays at just 1 first round pick, dog, I think the Browns just got robbed. I think the Rams kicked the door in and robbed them for a first round pick in Jared Verse. I don't know, man. I have no idea. Y'all let me know how y'all feel down below. Like the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't. Subscribe to that football content. This video's ending. I'm gonna keep going live and keep getting updates. So if you're watching this on the video, hype the video. Comment down below how you feel about this. This is crazy. This is nutty. All right. Okay. So this is what I need to do. Again, I'm not supposed to be live right now. So I got to ask you something, chat. Did the Browns get fleeced? I'm not supposed to be live. Do y'all and y'all can tell me in the chat? Do y'all want me to talk about the job? Because I was planning on streaming tomorrow. Hey, we could just do the stream today. We can just do the stream today. You feel what I'm saying? And we can just get it knocked out because there's some other things going on, and I want every detail of this Myles Garrett situation. Like, do y'all really? This is. I know I said it in the video. This is legitimately one of the biggest trades in NFL history. You're talking about a record holder in the NFL right now. He has the single season sack record. This is absurd. This is insane types of, like, it really doesn't matter what the price is. Wow. 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 Yeah, this is just I just don't believe this, dog. I'm still trying to like wrap my head around this. This is crazy. But as we get more updates, I'll let y'all know. I want to know, do y'all think the Browns got fleeced? Let me know in a poll. I'm about to read chat for a second. I'm about to get any more updates I can. I think Andrew Berry is gonna speak again. I did hear Todd Monken. He spoke about the quarterback competition too. I'm sorry, this is crazy. This is crazy. I'm the king of accidentally muting myself. Wow. Just absolute wow. What the heck is this? Sorry, I was looking at something. I hate. Oh God, man. How we feeling? So everybody thinks the Browns got fleeced. I'm not sure if I can disagree. Don't think I can disagree with you. I think they got fleeced, man. Again, maybe something changes, maybe something rearranges, maybe it looks a little different. But wow. One detail the Rams have privately stressed: the Myles Garrett trade likely doesn't happen if they don't draft Ty Simpson at number 13. With a quarterback they believe can be the future already in place, the Rams are once again comfortable using future draft capital to acquire elite. Wow, they are confident in Ty Simpson, dog. They are confident in Ty Simpson. Okay, so here's another thing. People are talking about 2028 second, and then some day 3 pick swap. So apparently there are still some other things that could be happening, right? So I do want to point that out. It isn't just a is what it is type vibration. It's more of a what's it called? There's deeper than that. This is just wow. Like, wow, my guy. Shout out to Jared Verse. Jared Verse looks good in the. Hey, he looked good in the. Yeah, come on, nah, that boy look clean in the. Yeah. All right, let's read a little bit of the chat. What y'all got to say? Ghost Airborne says, no way Seattle would start SHEDEUR over Darnold. That's just a jump set. Oh, I don't know even what y'all are talking about. Rams ain't got to do ish in that division. They'll get a high draft pick. They'll get a high draft pick. The Rams. It's clear that Garrett wanted out. Now the media can stop whining about him every week. So when I was talking about the media, I do want to stress this. There has been an ongoing like media beef with Myles Garrett because again, they're like upset that, you know, people think that they're a bad team and a bad franchise, and he's been wanting out for a while. They had to pay him obscene amount of money. What's it called? Obscene amount of money to do that. That don't even make no sense. These boys don't make no sense. Wait. First round pick here in Browns will go. Okay. There is some more details coming out. There are, in fact, more details coming out. There are more details coming out. I gotta make a thumbnail right now. I'm sorry. This is it's a little crazy. Yeah, so it looks like there's going to be some pick swaps, and there's going to be some third round compensation as well. We're just waiting to get that confirmed for real. What's it called? So once it gets confirmed, we're going to have it confirmed, and then we confirm for real. You feel me? And then everybody going to be confirmed. All right, y'all done voting? It looks like at the end of the vote here, did the Browns get fleeced? In 6 minutes and 145 votes, it says yes. Now, I do want to say that there's going to be more coming out in this trade. Right now, there are thoughts. I'm going to let this go for 10 minutes. But just so everybody knows, there are some people saying that there is potential pick swap as well as some day 3 action going on. I'm not really sure if that matches the level of what's it called? The level of player Myles Garrett is, but you got to do what you got to do when you got to do it. You feel what I'm saying? So, as long as they do what they need to do, and it gets done. You fizzle. Golly. Oh my goodness, dog. I can I be honest with y'all? I'm having a hard time believing this. Like, I know this is like the Luka trade. This is like the Luka trade for the NFL. Like that's really what it is, dog. I'm just in shock right now, dog. But let me get this thumbnail up. And we're gonna go from there, dog. So here are the details also about the next part of the trade, I guess. That should be getting confirmed here. It says, here we go. In addition to defensive end Jared Verse, the Rams 2027 first round pick, I'm told the Browns will get LA's 28 second round pick, and 29 third round pick as part of the framework for this blockbuster trade. Oh man, that don't sound good. What's it called? Verse is really good. Hold up. Maybe y'all should look. Jared Verse is great. He's not Myles Garrett. That's what y'all don't understand. It's not about Jared Verse being good. It's about getting value for a generational player. Let's not do this. Let's not do that. Verse is a beast. Verse is a problem. I've been watching Verse since FSU. I know he came from a smaller school before then. He's an absolute dog. An absolute dog. But in no way, shape, or form does that mean that he's Myles Garrett, the leader in set. Like that's what I'm saying. So let's not get that confused. Let's not do this. Oh my God, Jared Verse is a phenomenal football player, like the other phenomenal football players on this phenomenal Browns defense. Myles Garrett does make those other great players that much better, and I'm hoping Jared Verse does a similar thing. Verse is younger. You get value, but you don't get Myles. Guys, it's not Myles Garrett value. No. Nah, man. I'm not saying Verse isn't quality. I'm not saying that he isn't actually, he's a great football player. 2024 Defensive Player of the Year. Only other player besides Micah Parsons, third in pressures since his rookie season behind Micah Parsons and Myles Garret. He's a phenomenal football player that's going to have a phenomenal career and going to do great things. Myles Garret is one of the greatest defensive players of all time. That's what I'm saying. Can I look at, and I know Micah Parsons is younger too. I don't want to do that. I'll do that in a separate video. We'll do that. I want to look at what Micah Parsons got. Was it not a clutch of first round picks? Just real quick. And again, it's not the same. Micah Parsons is younger. I get it. I just want to see. I'm not trusting AI. I'm not trusting AI. 2 first round picks and a defensive lineman. So an all pro defensive lineman and 2 first round picks. Again, I'm not saying Michael Parsons is young. I'm not saying all that. I'm saying we're talking about pick swaps in the second. Verse on this he's on the Myles Garret track. I hope he is, man. I hope he is. I really do. But that's a lot of projecting. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I really like Jared Verse. This has nothing to do with Jared Verse. I think he's a phenomenal football player. But could you get Jared Verse and you feel me? I do like that it's a 2027 first, but again, it's a Rams 27 first. It's not going to be a top 15 pick. You unless you're going to use it to trade up to first, you ain't getting Manning with that. You feel what I'm saying? So, I don't know how I feel. Yeah, that's true. Parsons is younger. But Leanne, you're right. You're right, but you're also wrong. You're not wrong. This is what I'm saying. You're right. He didn't have a big price tag, but they still had the idea was that if you're going to trade for him, you're going to give him a contract, and they gave him a nice contract, right? So I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. What you're tied to, especially cap wise. Myles already has a big contract. Actually, I think you think the Browns can use the Rams first rounder, their first round pick, and Judy. Hold up. This might be a good question. Tings, you think the Browns can use the first rounder, their first round pick, and Judy for Trent Williams? And would that make the Myles trade better? That's a lot. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot to repackage again. I don't know how I feel. Jeremy says, Verse has played winning ball all his career. Yes, he has with the Rams. Yep. Look at the culture. He's going to set. Yes, exactly. They have more ammo to trade plus a younger leader. Okay. And shout, the leader is Carson Swessinger, by the way. I think the leader is going to be Carson Swessinger. I think Jared Verse is going to have a great career. I don't even think there's anything that can deny that. What's it called? Verse is not dominant. We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see because we'll have to see. I don't want to put anything on that man's what's it called? That's what I'm saying. Trent Williams, that's a lot. That's a lot for Trent. To go from youth to that, I don't know. I think if you trade Jerry Jeudy, you need to be looking for assets or you want to be looking for like a multiple player deal. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're going to trade Jerry Jeudy at that point, let's go ahead and get you, a young old lineman and this and that. Like, I think you want to get depth, especially if it looks like AB's not hunting picks right now. He's not hunting. Here's the confusing part. And I probably should save this for like a video. The confusing part is that this almost reads to me like they think they can win with this. You feel what I'm saying? Like it feels like Andrew Berry is confident that he can go on some sort of winning thing because otherwise you would have asked for more picks in the 27 draft. So maybe that's while I'm like kind of whatever, like, wait, 2 years after he retired, they're trading fresh off the single $160 million. Okay, cool. I thought they was giving him more money. I was like, hold up. I just to shorten it up, if you trade Jerry Jeudy, I would really love for you to get some multiple different players. Shout out to Myles. I think he's gonna have a great chance to go win the Super Bowl. But then on top of that, right, it really feels like Andrew Berry thinks that this is a team that they have. Unless Jeudy even if Jeudy gets traded, that wide receiver room might be better with Jeudy out of there. That means Harold Fanning can get more touches. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I don't know. I think it's an interesting situation. Should have traded Jeudy. Hey, it don't mean that Jeudy can't get traded. By the way, I want to make sure Let me be clear. You know what I'm saying? Let's everybody be clear. That does not mean he can't be traded. You feel what I'm saying? So don't get that twisted. Don't get that rearranged or whatnot. Okay, so I don't think there's any more updates as it stands. I'm probably gonna do another update at the end of the video. Probably gonna do another updated video or update at the end of this stream, I should say. Now, okay, a lot of people are happy about this. Hey, a lot of people are happy about this. They got a stud. A pressure rate in the last 2 seasons. Garret is 17%. Jared versus 16%. They got a stud and picks for a superstar. Run defense will certainly be weaker as Garret was special, but the pass rush is very impressive. I will write on the financials later today. Again, you're missing the biggest weakness in this Browns defense was pass defense, and you're telling me that, I mean, not pass defense. What's it called? Run defense, and now you're telling me it might get a little worse. That scares me a little bit. That scares me just a little bit, guys. Just a little bit. Just this much. It really does. But hey, Jared Verse is a good football player. Scratch that. Phenomenal football player. Scratch that. Phenomenal football player. I do think he's a great football player. Wait, hold up. I need this thing. I need to hit this thing real quick. It was all you. It was all me. The hot heat rising. Ooh. Baby, also rising. Sorry, my goodness. Okay, here we go. We got more updates. Salary cap implications. Yo, this is crazy. This is crazy, yo. I should probably hold these. I should probably hold this. But just so y'all know, oh, there's more here. As it stands right now, what does this do for the Browns cap, you might be asking? All right, the salary cap implications for the Browns with trading Myles Garret. Cleveland entered today with about $18 million in cap space per over the cap, $41 million in dead cap, $15 million in 2026, remaining dead cap hits in 27, $8 million in cap savings in 2026. Browns GM Andrew Berry previously said pushing back the option bonus dates in Garrett's contract wasn't a pressure or a precursor to a trade, but it ends up benefiting Cleveland. So, you know, they were preparing for something. You feel what I'm saying? They was preparing for something. I'm okay with the trade is business. Okay, at least some people are trade. A lot of people think that they got fleeced. A lot of people think the Browns got fleeced. Maybe this is one of those trades that ages a little better with time and things like that. Now, here's what I do want to do, right? Where we go to next, I'm going to circle back on Myles Garret, and I want to do like a recap after we have everything out. But we do have a few other things we can talk about, obviously. So what do y'all want to talk about next? Now, here's the thing. We could talk about OBJ reunited and basically how desperate the Giants are for wide receivers. Or we could talk about Monken shutting down anybody but SHEDEUR. Anybody but SHEDEUR. Is that too long? Is that too long? Shutting down media QB. What do y'all want to yap about next? What y'all want me to yap about next? Vote it out, man. Vote it out, man. This is Nutsville, Tennessee, man. Absolute Nutsville, Tennessee. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, my God. Carly Teller is... Hey, man, Carly Teller hates the Browns. She hates the Browns, dog. $1.99 says a lot of people don't know ball. Appreciate that, $1.99. Remember, if you donate anything over $50, you get to pick your own sound on the soundboard. And the last soundboard that was added with the $50 donation to the diaper fund was this right here. Listen to it. Listen to it. call that one eating the cereal. Right there. I'm eating the cereal. Anyway, I'm really throwing my shoulder on people. Judy is next on the deck to go. Yeah, this is. I think. I have a feeling this is gonna make the trade deadline. Not even the trade deadline. Just preseason for the Browns. It's gonna get a lot spooky. This ain't the end of it. You feel what I'm saying? This is not the end of it at all in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Wow. Okay. This is crazy. This is crazy. As soon as we have more updates, I will let you know. Let me put together this. If y'all don't know, Monken talked a little bit about. I'm gonna try to get it all together. Monken talked a little bit about everything. My goodness. So we're gonna hear him speak about this idea of Brendan Sorsby. Because I don't know if y'all remember, but Brendan Sorsby, this has been the big thing, you know. It's been the big thing. Okay, so he likes the quarterbacks he has. Just got to put this together real quick. Bow. That girl Carly Taylor, dog. That girl Carly Taylor, dog. She funny, dog. And then he called out. He kind of went crazy on these folks, dog. He kind of went crazy on these folks. I gotta be honest with you. Gotta be real with you. Monken, he's done with the Sorsby stuff, man.
Not at all. I mean, it's not even come across my desk. I don't think we're in a position to want to go down that road. That's my opinion. I don't think we're in a position to want to go down that road.
He completely shut down the Brendan Sorsby stuff, dog. By the way, Sorsby is being investigated right now. He's in court right now. I would say look out for Ohio State wide receiver coming out next year. Cleveland might be for Jeremiah Smith? Oh, Jeremiah Smith going 1 or 2. Like that's how serious it is with Jeremiah Smith. They better be ready to go. But that would be a good, hey, they get Jeremiah Smith, we'd having a different conversation. They get Jeremiah Smith, hey man, it's a whole nother situation. Man. What's it called? And if we have time, we can even do the Brendan Sorsby, because I have something specifically for Mr. Sorsby, and whatever he seems to deem as fit. Oh, and we can, yeah, man. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy Monken did what he did, man. I'm so happy Monken did what he did, man. Monken really putting applying pressure to these people, boy. Applying pressure to these. Say, I don't want nobody who gambling like that, dog. I don't need that in my house. I don't need that in my place. I don't need that in my space. Golly. And guess who? Tony Grossi, of course. Tony Grossi is always on the wrong side of history. He wanted Brendan Sorsby, man. Golly. Anyway. Here's the real question. Are y'all ready? To get into this next video? Because it's about to get serious. Slightly serious. Just a little bit. Cleveland Rams, baby. Yeah, the Browns are very interesting. The Browns are they're an interesting group of individuals. I'm a Steelers fan, and I can see the Browns are rebuilding. Yeah, it is. That's what it's looking like. Whoever said the rebuilding thing, and I want to come back to that, but that's. I don't like the signal that tells the rest of the team. I really don't. You know what I mean? I don't think that's a good thing to signal to the team that, you know, we're basically punting on certain things. But if we could take a second, if I could interest you in a little bit of quarterback about. I know there's a lot going on right now. I know there's a lot going on these days, but it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. My goodness. Today is going to be a historic day for the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, the insane blockbuster Myles Garret trade that I think the fallout is still coming. I think we're going to have more updates as that continues to really, materialize and gets finalized and everything like that. But interesting that I think is going to get swept under the rug is what Todd Monken had to say about his quarterback situation. Now, specifically what he said was being anti-Sorsby and very, very pro the guys that he has in the quarterback room right now. So let's hear Todd Monken, head coach of the Browns, speak about the potential of getting a gambling addict and potentially wasting a Browns pick on him to be added to the quarterback room material.
Not at all. I mean, it's not even come across my desk. I don't think we're in a position to want to go down that road. That's my opinion. That's not Andrew's. In that, I like the quarterbacks that we have. I think that's a slippery slope. You go down that, irrespective of talent, right? In terms of the situation he's put himself in. We all know what that is. He put himself in that situation. And we've seen in other sports with players that have been banned for life from playing in professional sports. I think that's a slippery slope to go down that road. Again, that's a question for Andrew and for management. From my end of it, kind of a tough angle to go down that road and think that that's going to be your franchise quarterback if he's ever eligible to even play in the NFL.
And, it's so interesting, and, this is not a dig at Kevin Stefanski. I'll let you know when I'm digging at Kevin Stefanski. Whoa, pause. Hey, yo! Pause. But what I mean is, this has nothing to do with Kevin Stefanski, but to hear Todd Monken just speak with common sense, being like, hey, yeah, we probably don't want a guy who at the collegiate level couldn't handle sports gambling. He was getting Indiana bench warmer NIL checks and was making a cajillion different bets. You get one of the biggest opportunities. Supposedly, Texas Tech is paying you $6 million to play in the crappy Big 12. No. Let's talk about it, because y'all know I'm a Texas fan, and Texas Tech had a lot to say. And I'm gonna do a separate video on my second channel. I don't want to go too deep on it. But you nasty Lubbuckins, y'all was trying to bury. Y'all was trying to bury what Sorsby did, because he was making bets at Texas Tech. You feel me? They was making bets on Texas Tech. Or Sorsby was, rather. Right? So what happens is Todd Monken says a very common sense statement. Hey, we don't want somebody who had to check themselves in. Not getting SEC money, not getting NFL money, Big 12 oil rig money, $6 million. You betting in Texas Tech, you betting in Indiana, you betting in Cincinnati. They almost threw Calvin Ridley off a bridge when he got caught. They treated Calvin Ridley worse than they treated Ray Rice. Let's be honest. Because the NFL, that's what they care about. That's really what they care about. They don't want you thinking that they can play with their money or they can mess up the foundation that they have. So the fact that the Browns fans and Browns media at some point got on here and we're talking about the potential to bringing somebody in who's not even out of rehab, who currently is banned from playing in NCAA pending a court case happening right now. Or they just got out of it as we speak. Crazy. And we're going to get back to that. That idea. But I'll peep some other things, because look, man, Monken's going to tell you a lot without telling you a lot. Let's hear it.
Again, as I've said, I think I anticipate there still being competition. That doesn't mean that the reps will be equal. Like, that's the easiest way to put it. I mean, I think we're in a good place right now with our quarterback room. All of the guys that are in there are working hard, and I like the level of talent that we have in there. But, the next 6 days will go a long way into how we go into fall camp. And we'll have in our minds, I think, where we're at in every position. Every position you have a form of a depth chart in your mind, but and maybe it won't be locked in, but we'll certainly the reps will have to get distributed differently.
Will you make that public?
I don't know that yet. I don't anticipate that being the case, but we could.
So it won't be made public, but more importantly, because he said in the last one, hey man, and I'm not sure if the quote that he did say, I'm not sure if it was cut off in the video, was, hey, look, I like the quarterbacks we have right now. I like the quarterbacks in the room. And then more importantly, hey, these next 6 practices are going to be the practices. I know some people feel like, Deshaun is leading or this or that about SHEDEUR. And y'all know how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
It get dangerous.
Big 2 guy over here. But really, I think the bigger thing I need to speak on is the fact that, like, if you, how do I say this in the best way possible? What I need to speak on, right, when it comes to the way not only these things are going to be laid out, the way that this situation can be played out, is that, the shorts game is going to be the shorts game, right? And when it comes to playing football in shorts, we know what Deshaun Watson is. Although there might be some sort of, depth chart or different things like that, if SHEDEUR is continuing to grow at the way that they say that he's growing, right? Because remember, that's not what we were hearing. We were hearing that, and again, no dig at, Dylan Gabriel, but all we were hearing about last year was how amazing Dylan Gabriel was. He's doing all these other things, and it was funny because we weren't hearing negative things about SHEDEUR, other than Mary Kay saying like an odd thing about, hey, at pre-snap he needs to be faster, telling Shiloh Sanders to bark out plays. Like, those are the only things that we heard, right? But we didn't really hear any negative, but we didn't really hear any positive. Now we're hearing a lot of positive about SHEDEUR in this specific camp. And I can't help but think that has to do with the intentionality of the coaching staff. I can't help but think this has a lot to do with the way, certain things are playing out, and certain people believe the way that life is being spoken into, the way that he feels confident in that is being SHEDEUR, right? So I gotta be honest with you. It makes me feel a lot more comfortable if SHEDEUR is getting not only a fair shot, but a place where he can continually develop. Because at the end of the day, if you're a fan of SHEDEUR, I think you want him to just be the best football player end of question, right? Because when it comes to getting paid, he gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, when it comes to getting paid, I already made that video, but I think he gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be all right. Now, to spend a little bit of a detour, because I want to dunk on the Browns media, because why else would we be here if we're not going to dunk on the Browns media? That's a beautiful thing to do. So I want to have a small detour because I want to do a separate Brendan Sorsey video for the second channel, but just to give you a little bit of peek of what kind of crazy stuff he was doing. So this is David Payne. What does that say? Purdom or something like that. But regardless, this is an ESPN article, right? And if we need to go deeper into it, we can. But I want to, I'll save that for the actual video. And it basically alleges that former Hoosier quarterback, former Cincinnati quarterback, Brendan Sorsby placed at least 40 bets involving Indiana football as a quarterback for the Hoosiers. Used sportsbook accounts registered to a family member and friends to wager approximately $90,000 over 4 years. Continued to gamble after transferring from Cincinnati to Texas Tech in December. So Texas Tech wanted to be all butthurt and all emotional because Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian told you the truth, told y'all that y'all got a weak schedule. Y'all play like 8 FCS players. I'm sorry we play in the SEC. I'm sorry it's a real conference. Texas Tech. I'm sorry y'all got stuffed in a locker room against Oregon. That's a Pac-12 team, son. I'm sorry you've never gone as far as the Longhorns have gone in the college football play. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that with all the billions of dollars in oil money, y'all ain't gonna get that natty, dog. Hook 'em horns. Texas A&M is our little brother, and you the little cousin. Over there, you the little cousin we don't even like talking about. We like Baylor more than you, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? Deal with the court case, Joey McGuire. Deal with the fact that the quarterback, Mr. Joey McGuire, because everybody loves Joey McGuire, huh? Deal with the fact that y'all pay $6 million to a Big Ten quarterback that couldn't even stay out of FanDuel, son. Come on, dog. And just in case you know, I brought a TikToker to explain it to you.
Brendan Sorsby is never playing college football again. We got more details today about some of his gambling activity, and it's insane. Like, insane. Most notably, after transferring from Cincinnati to Texas Tech, he continued to gamble, but gambling is illegal in Texas, so he sent people money to place bets for him, totaling like $60,000. So he continued gambling while at Tech. That's not a good look for Tech or Sorsby. We got more specifics just of like how much he was betting and what those amounts were. He bet on Indiana football 40 times in 1 month alone for $850. That's super notable because he was on the Indiana football team, and you're very much not allowed to do that. While he was at Indiana, it's estimated he placed almost 3,000 bets for $30,000. He placed 300 bets on college football for $6,500. He bet a ton while he was
now. Okay, he's a betting freak. He's legitimately addicted. I'm not gonna go into that because we're gonna have a separate. I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna save it for the Brendan Sorsby video. But I just thought it was so laughable that just a few days ago, May 27th, right? Just a few days ago, this is what. Well, first off, this is a crazy. This is a crazy freeze frame, dog. I didn't mean to do this to you, Nick Padone. I promise you. That's just how it's froze frame. But this is the Browns media just May 27th. This is what they had to say.
We said, well, when feet hit grass, SHEDEUR Sanders needs to be way better than Deshaun Watson. And SHEDEUR's looked good to me, too. He has. He's getting the ball out a lot faster. It feels like he's now, and think about this, he's climbing up in the pocket instead of drifting backwards, which is huge for his development. But I can't say that it's been night and day better. In fact, I love the post that Zach Jackson from The Athletic, fan of the station, he's been out there at OTAs every single day. I think he's summarized it best in terms of what I've seen with my two eyes out there at practice for the Browns through 3 OTA sessions and 2 rookie minicamp sessions. I've been to Berea 5 times in the last month and a half. I think that there is a huge stock up arrow on Denzel Boston and Casey Concepcion, and there's also a stock up arrow on Brendan Sorsby via the supplemental draft. Because I think this offense is going to take some strides. This season, they retooled the offensive line. They added Concepcion and Boston to complement Judy. But the quarterbacks, to me, it's been Cedar Point, Michael.
There you go. So, first off, I have an issue. Now, Nick Padone, I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he's that awful. I think he is, though, there's a mind virus, and it's called being a part of the Cleveland Browns media, right? And it'll just get you, and it'll make you be negative and say absurd things like there's an up arrow on Brendan Sorsby. If y'all get Brendan Sorsby with a 5th round, maybe 6th round pick, because, again, the NFL is going to ban his ass for minimum a year. Minimum. Shout out Terrell Pryor. So if the NCAA bans him indefinitely, he is at least getting a year ban. Shout out Calvin Ridley. Go look up those cases. See what the NFL actually cares about, and what they actually care about is gambling and you messing with their money. If you mess with the NFL money, they gonna mess with you.
Hey, yo, what the?
You can take that how you ever want to take it. Take it all.
Hey, yo, what?
Take it all. You feel me? But the thing that I got kind of got me scratching my chin was, besides the Sorsby thing, if I could I be a stand for a second? Can I be a Glazer for a second? the idea that you say, hey, Shedeur's getting the ball out faster. Man, Shedeur's stepping up in the pocket. Shedeur's footwork's better. All of these things are better. But I wouldn't say night and day difference. Well, I mean, what? You just listed off like every major thing that were the major criticisms of Shedeur's game. And you're like, well, I mean, it wasn't really, it was amazing, but it wasn't really, but all of the, oh my God, he's stepping up, he's doing things that we've never seen, but it's not really night and day. It's not really a major difference. You know what? The gambling addict. He go, what? Dog, what pisses me off is, dog, I watch college football. I watch it. Brendan Sorsby's a good football player. He by no means is Terrell Pryor. Right? And I'm not saying that's who he's supposed to be, but he is by no means a guy that, oh, well, you just have to take a chance on him. No, that's a guy that, we got an extra third-round pick. We could use a quarter. Like the Cardinals are going to be, that's a perfect player for the Cardinals. Let's give it a go. Let's let him compete with Carson Beck. And what if he is great? But by no means is he's playing at Cincinnati, guys. He was playing at Cincinnati. He wasn't playing, not even at an SEC school. He wasn't at a prestigious Big Ten school. He wasn't at a prestigious ACC school. He was at Cincinnati. Please name me your favorite Cincinnati quarterback not named Desmond Ridder. And y'all saw what Atlanta did to Desmond Ridder. Golly, they chewed him out. They spit that boy out. I thought Desmond Ridder was the truth. I got to be honest with you. I thought Desmond Ridder was that guy. But, I've been wrong once or twice. So you're not gonna no. You're not telling me a quarterback room in which I've spent so much capital on quarterback. You've got another developmental quarterback. So you're gonna have a 6'6" giraffe quarterback that you're gonna develop, a gambling addict that you pray to God doesn't get banned in multiple years. Deshaun Watson and Dylan Gabriel. You know what? My blood pressure, man. I gotta watch my blood pressure, man. But I'm happy that Coach Monken came in and dunked all over that, shut all that down, because I don't want to hear none of that. I don't think anybody wants to hear none of that. I don't think you deserve to hear none of that. I don't think a gambling addict is the man to save the Cleveland Browns. But if y'all think differently, let me know, man. Like the video if you like it, too. Dislike it if you like it. Just subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Hype the video because that stuff's cool. You only got like 3 hypes. Could I be honored? Could I get in that hype bag? But be blessed, be beautiful, be all that stuff. If you're watching it live, we're still going live. If you're not watching this live, why aren't you, dog? Find the next live, man. Be there. Be great. Be beautiful. Be blessed. We'll see you next time. Peace. Yeah. All right, man. Trading not over yet. AB getting ready to make another power. Oh yeah, the trade's not over yet. The trade is not over yet, man. It is in no way over. Okay, so how long have we been streaming for? How long have we been streaming for? It's been like an hour. Okay. All right, let me do something. I am supposed to be at work right now. So can Tings take a quick break? Can I take a quick break? How about this? I'm gonna put my Myles Garret video up right now. I'm gonna let y'all watch it. I'm gonna let y'all watch my Myles Garret video. It's posted. It's linked at the top of the chat. So make sure y'all go watch it. But I have to do some work. Gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you. Gotta be honest with you. Gots to do some work. What's it called? Hold on. Oh, I forgot to put the dang thing on. I'm sorry. Let me put the dang video on, dog. I mean, one of the biggest trades in NFL history, Browns history. I made a video this morning and I told y'all how odd it would be if all the smoke and flames that have been talked about with Myles Garrett getting traded, I was like, I don't see it. I said if they do that, they are punting on a winning season. And as it comes in, here it is. The Browns are finalizing a trade that will send two-time Defensive Player of the Year, one of the greatest defensive players of all time. Let's just get it out the way. Myles Garrett to the LA Rams, who just picked up Trent McDuffie as well. In exchange for Garrett, the Rams are expected to send Pro Bowl edge rusher Jared Verse and a 2027 first-round pick and other pick compensation still being negotiated. Now, wow. Like, and all of that is great to hear. You know, we're going to talk about that. First off, Jared Verse is a great football player. I really like him out of Florida State. Phenomenal football player. He's no Myles Garrett. He is no Myles Garrett. The Rams extended Matt Stafford. They draft Ty Simpson. They are win or bust this year, and it looks like the Browns are punting this year. Let's see what Andrew Berry had to say, though.
Real quick, obviously we wanted today really to be about the Browns Foundation and everything that we're doing, the good work that we're doing there. Not naive that there's a lot in the social media sphere regarding Myles. Nothing is final at this point. We are in discussions of a potential transaction, including him. I'll have a lot more to say about it once it is final, if it does become final. And I'll discuss the details at that point. But we are in negotiations. We're hopeful that we close something here in the next several hours. But nothing's final right yet. So like I said, I'll have an update for you guys maybe as soon as tomorrow when there's resolution. All right.
An update as soon as tomorrow. There's a lot to unpack, and we do. We have the video basically that started all of this, right? The video that started all of this was Todd Monken actually speaking and confirming that he was never guaranteed that Myles Garrett was going to be on this team. But I want to give you, I guess, the full storyline. So here, Adam Schefter, he tweets out, the Rams' interest in Myles Garrett, it was actually sparked shortly after the Browns modified the contract of the 7-time Pro Bowl defensive end in March, pushing back the options bonus from the 15th of the league year in March to 7 days before the start of the regular season, making it easier to trade him. And now the trade is happening. And what I need to do is I need to go back and look at all the Browns media who said, nah, they just moving around stuff. Nah, man, he ain't getting traded. This is normal for a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. This is normal. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I'm kind of sad. Like, y'all know me. Y'all already know things. I'm a SHEDEUR guy. I'm a Texans guy. But I'm also a defensive guy. Myles Garrett, as a Texas A&M player, is one of the most remarkable football players to play on the defensive side of the ball, has the single-season sack record. From a technical aspect, from a build aspect, like one of the most flawless players at the position. And this is going to be funny. Maybe, well, it's another position, but Aaron Donald might be the only modern defensive lineman, again, different position, that could match him, though. I don't know, Aaron Donald doesn't have the measurables that Myles Garrett has for the specific position, but regardless, right? Just an absolute phenomenal football player that is going to look weird with him not being in a Browns uniform. I gotta be honest with you, right? And again, Jared Verse is a really good he's a really good football player. A really good football player. Like I mean, clearly a Pro Bowler, XYZ. Does he fit or does he fill the hole that Myles Garrett leads? No, it's impossible to do that, right? But let me hear this is just a quick video of Todd Monken during a golf match speaking about some things happening with Myles Garrett. Let's hear it.
Well, he's not like any other player. I mean, I'm never told who's going to be on the team, who's not going to be on the team, if that's a question. I mean, every day we evaluate the roster. Andrew evaluates the roster. Management evaluates the roster. And like I said, he's no different than any other player we've got. So I don't know how to respond to that because it's really no different today than it's been for the last however many months I've been the head coach. No, I wasn't assured that when I took the job. I was never assured of anything when I took the job, other than once I signed my contract and whatever my contract said, that's what I was assured. And no matter what any of us coaches sign up for, is we show up every day and we coach the guys that are in the building like we've done since we've been here. That hasn't changed.
Muted the entire time. But as I was saying, because I was getting real hot, but my chat saved me. I said, I'm blaming it on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Myles came out there and supported y'all a month ago. Don't call it a do-over. He came out there a month ago and he supported the Cleveland Cavaliers and y'all lost. You embarrassed yourselves. Is that the real reason why Myles Garrett is not here anymore? They said, hey, y'all ain't gonna trade for LeBron. Y'all ain't bringing LeBron back. Hey, get Myles Garrett out of here. I don't want to hear that. What's going on? But no, it couldn't have been the Cavs. It really couldn't have been the Cavs. It might have been the Browns media. Why else would Myles Garrett, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, not want to continue playing football at a place that allowed him to be amazing and do break records, all the phenomenal stuff, sack record, yada, yada, yada? Maybe it's because Tony Gross-y. He just the same day. Hey, this is the insider. The insider that tells stuff, that shows you stuff. This is him just a few hours ago. Here it is.
If the Browns had a trade in the works for Myles weeks ago.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm getting more details. I'm returning back. We're doing what needs to get done. Hold on. How do I do this? What's that? All right. We're going to talk about the Giants next. Videos, live. They're doing all that fun stuff. I'm going to do a wrap-up on the Myles Garrett trade, so don't you worry. Don't you worry at all. 1 second. Wait, wrong thing, man. I put the wrong thing on. But how we doing? And just in case, would y'all want to see... We got the Giants and OBJ. Or we can check in on the Jaguars. Because the Jaguars had some... but you're going to have to rock with me. You're going to have to let me, you know what I'm saying? Giants. OBJ. Boom. Pull up. You're going to have to rock with me, though. If I have to do the Giants, or, I mean, if I got to do any of the videos, I got to put them together. I should have put Ravens on there, too. But how we feeling, man? How we feeling? Everybody feeling all right? Everybody feeling good? Everybody doing all right? Whoa, it's an unk alert. An unk alert. I just got unked. Somebody just unked all over me. Thank you so much. I don't know what that is. I'm not really sure. Is that new? Is that like new? But thanks. I'm unked up. Are the Browns trying to win? Maybe in the next decade. I'm not sure about this decade. They getting Juju Smith too. Oh yeah, they got a lot going on. So if y'all want to see that, let me know. We can get to that. Oh, another hey, come on, you know what I'll play for Selmore. When Selmore come around, come on now. Uncle Alert! Uncle Alert! I don't know what an unk is, but I mean, I know what an unk is. I don't know what that thing does though. Like what that means, how much it is, but it's very funny. I like being called unk. The older I get, the more you become unk, the more it's funny to be called unk. I didn't realize that. I thought I would be like really mad. You only get mad to get called unk when you feel like you're not unk. I got little things, you know what I'm saying? I'm unk. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even no problem for me, man. It ain't even no problem for me. Not me, man. Come on, man. All right, so the Giants, they're in a tough little situation. Yeah, y'all do want to talk about Giants and OBJ. Brown's damaging his career. OBJ to the Giants. What's it called? Oh, Trizzy just sniped. Oh, God. Trizzy, what did you snipe? I didn't even get to read the message. I want y'all to know if your message gets sniped, it is not me. I got certified trained snipers. Trizzy, Nisa, they gonna get you. They gonna get you before I can even read. You feel me? So just keep it cordial, man. Unk like 35 and up. Is that I can't be unk yet? I'm not allowed to be unk yet? Shout out some more fun. Man, the Giants. Oh my God. I didn't even realize 3 torn Achilles. Oh my God, yo. I didn't even realize. Dog, the Giants need to blow their field up, dog. You know when Chief Keef said blow New Jersey up? You know what I'm saying? Like they need to blow New Jersey up. Like I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, dog. Calvin Austin, Jalen Hyatt. I'm gonna read you all of the wide receivers for the Giants at some point in this video. That's hilarious, dog. The Giants are hilarious, dog. The Giants are might be the funniest team in the entire NFL. I gotta be honest with you. The funniest fan base though. Funniest fan base. You wanna know? Funniest fan base is what's it called? The Falcons. Falcons have the funniest fan base. I'm telling you, dog. You ain't never seen a funny fan in misery until you seen somebody like that. Do I have the Juju? I got the Juju Smith-Schuster report too. There it is. There it go. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go. Yeah. I also want to get y'all some OTA because there is some OTA clips to give y'all. I'm trying to find some for you. We're gonna talk about January 6th dart. Is that what they call them? Is that what they call them? You feel me? I mean, do y'all remember this era though? Like, do you remember? Do you remember? Like, for real? Like when dudes was, come on, man. You don't really remember, dog. Y'all wasn't there, dog. Y'all wasn't outside, dog. Y'all wasn't in the place and in the space. Come on, dog. Be for Rizzle. All right, boom. I'm going to grab some OTA clips, put at the end here, and then we're going to wrap it up. All right? Let's talk about these Giants, man. Hey, do you remember how it all began? My goodness, that's just great music right there. That's just phenomenal music right there. Stiff arm, stopping for whoa. The Bills fans, they saying the Bills fans are funnier? Am I wrong? Am I unk for not knowing the real funnier fan base? That's the real reason I'm unk. Do you remember? All right, let's do it. Let's talk about these Giants, man. Again, I wasn't supposed to stream. I was not supposed to stream. Hence why, I'm a little behind the 8 ball. I don't have everything together. Giants is all corruption low. I'm a Giants fan. And I know that field in the field area is trash. It's turf and concrete. That's why their lower body is injured. That's the truth. That seems to be the correlation. And players have spoken out against. Let me save it for the video. I'm gonna save it for the video. You know what I mean? Oh, this is a great gif. This is a great gif. Man, there was just so many great memories of Odell, man. My goodness, that was the era, dog. That was the era, dog. Coach Harbaugh getting around town too. All right, yeah, this is good. This is perfect. This is right here. All right, cool. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it, man. OBJ. Hey, the real is back. The veal is back. Bananas, peel this back. In which you find this, your highness. Anyway, not the point. Shout out J. Cole. Shout out OBJ. It feels like my childhood is coming back in pieces. It feels like the prime time of me watching football on a Sunday after a Saturday Pee-wee football game, watching this man right here. One arm stabs, one arm grabs. He's phenomenal. He did Michael Jackson moves when he scored touchdowns. And ladies and gentlemen, the most controversial team in the NFL. Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him. The most controversial team in the NFL. Adds an absolute lightning rod of a football player. Odell is back in back in New Jersey. I almost said New York. But shout out to Chief Keef because he finna blow it up. There's something about nostalgia. You think nostalgia just ends at you know what I'm saying, these movies? You seen the movie companies, they've been remaking the same movie again and again and again and again. That Michael Jackson movie, we already seen that. Michael Jackson, American, whatever. They already made that movie. It don't matter. Nostalgia. Here it again. Hey, the NFL. The NFL is just WWE. And just like the WWE putting Brock Lesnar back on your screen at 78 years of age, Odell Beckham Jr. and his last knee ligaments are back to a field that hates knee ligaments. MetLife is known for being horrendous for players' lower leg extremities. That dog water turf that I have somebody in my chat right now, a real deal Giants fan, saying that, hey man, it's dog water. And no offense to you, good sir, because I appreciate you being a Giants fan and watching my content and knowing that, but this is widely known. It's no offense to you. It is more so that's how bad. No one cares about turfs except SMU's turf, except Boise State's turf in MetLife. That's it. MetLife is known for people's Achilles exploding, right? And then you got the Smurf turf. Those are the only known turfs in the universe. Okay? And the man returns back to a place where he has hurt his knee before. But he's also done things like this, man. He's also the infamous, man. If we could just take a second, because we gonna yap about the Giants and in January 6th. That's his nickname, right? I thought that's what they was calling him. I thought that's what his boys was calling him. That's not what they call him? Jackson Dart, that's what they call him, J6, right? Anyway, not the point. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna talk about that offense. Very exciting, very amazing. It really feels like, they've got a team that, if put together correctly, could do some big things and patch the holes that the Giants had. And you got Arvell Reese over there. But man, can we just go nostalgia for a little bit? This is all about nostalgia, man. Can I tell you? Do you remember? Can I paint a picture for you? Right? Every kid you saw, at least around me, hey man, everybody had that high temp fade. Everybody had the sponge, you feel me? You know what I mean? Blonde tip in the top of your hair. Like that was an era. An era, man. All the ladies wanted OBJ. All the dudes wanted to be like OBJ. We hadn't seen nothing like him in Pee-wee/high school football, influence-wise, since Cam Newton had everybody wearing high heel stripper cleats. Yes, them things that went up to people's kneecaps. So this was another level of inspiration. The modern era of the swaggy football player, like that's from OBJ, right? A little bit from Prime, you know what I'm saying? He was the birth, you know what I'm saying? But the modern, that version wearing the what's it called? Wearing a watch on the field, right? Doing all the craziness. Like he is the new era, this new generation. That's their Allen Iverson type vibration. You feel what I'm talking about? Like this was different, man. The influence, the phenomenal football, and man, when you talk about a guy that, if the injuries were just a little different, a lot of people thought that he was going to be the greatest wide receiver ever, man. I'm so happy that he was able to win a Super Bowl. In fact, he put on a performance that was almost about to be Super Bowl, MVP level. So to see him go back to the Giants, I think it's great. The memories are great. I think that era was really great, and undoubtedly Odell is a phenomenal football player and did some phenomenal things with the Giants, because Odell Jr. left the Giants with 5,476 receiving yards, the second most in franchise history. He now has a chance to chase Amani Toomer's 9,497 receiving yards to take the records. My God. He gonna have to put like 4 or 5 more seasons down, it seems. I mean, he is a little, so I'm not sure he's gonna do that one. I don't know if he's gonna do all that. But he does have the opportunity to do some great things. He's gonna go down as a legendary, at least icon in a certain era of football. It meant a lot to certain people. It was a very interesting, not only era, but time, but at the same time, phenomenal football player. You got to go back to the LSU days to understand the real full scope of the influence that is OBJ. Shout out to the Juice. Shout out Landry. And if you're a Browns fan, if I'm talking about Landry and I'm talking about OBJ, you got to remember that they played for the Browns, and this year the Browns play the Giants. So the Browns have a lot of reunions this year. You're going to play Kevin Stefanski. You're going to get to play OBJ. I believe there's a few other players that you're going to get to play. So very interesting situation for the Giants so far. Now, I do want to talk about it because I made a big joke and I made blah, blah, blah about the field and I want y'all to know, like, I didn't make that joke just to be extra. It wasn't just because Tings is whatever and he hates the Giants. No, I'm saying that because so far in OTAs, spring workouts, the Giants have torn 3 Achilles. 3 Giants now have torn their Achilles during summer workouts. Nobody has put a pad on. There is no live football. There's no joint practice. There ain't no nothing. This is just walking around, slowly doing stuff. Wide receiver Gunnar Olszewski, I'm gonna butcher that name. He was carted off the practice field, tore his Achilles the May 29th. Defensive lineman Roy Robertson, we talked about that in my last Giants video. Cornerback Thaddeus Dixon, 3 different players, and one of them, in Gunnar Olszewski, like, Gunnar gets some play. He gets some touches. He's not like the wide receiver 1 or anything, but he gets touches. And 3 players have torn Achilles. Now, I'm not sure if it's exactly because they're on MetLife. I don't know exactly where the Giants do their OTA workouts. I'm not saying that. But I would have to assume a team that's willing to keep a dog water a situation like that probably isn't the best with injuries in general. And that leaves them with a very interesting situation because y'all remember that first round pick, generational wide receiver named Malik Neighbors, also LSU. My goodness. Well, here he is. After last week, we talked about the reports that, and the report was John Harbaugh, that they don't know when Malik Neighbors is going to be okay. Guys, it's June. It is June 1st. This is, and Malik Neighbors is hobbling. He's hobbling in a softball game right now. His coach said he has no idea when he's going to return. This is bad. They had to sign Odell. They were down to the bottom. As much as this is such a feel-good story of OBJ coming back to the Giants, they didn't have a choice. Malik Neighbors can't even get to first base without hobbling. God knows what J6 is going to do. He might flip a switch. There might be like a sleeper agent or something. I don't know what he finna do. You have 3 torn Achilles already. John Harbaugh, Lord have mercy. But hey, here's a good one. I do have some positive to tell you. Cam Scatterboo, he's gonna be all right. Hey, Cam Scatterboo, I think he's gonna be all right. Man. That's one that is like if an armored hamster was a man, it would be Cam Scatterboo. He's a scary human in a different way. You know what I mean? My goodness, like he would eat crayons, but then be able to describe perfectly what the flavors of the crayons would be. Now, I don't want to overstate or let it be swept under the rug. The fact that, you know, the Giants did in fact get some things done, right? So it wasn't just something where all they got was OBJ and that was the end of it. No, after signing OBJ, they also went ahead and signed a veteran wide receiver, Juju Smith-Schuster, right? They also got Braxton Berrios, former Texan as well. So good to see there. Juju Smith-Schuster, former TikToker, and I believe Super Bowl champion as well. So decent pickups there, but this definitely screams. I mean, signing 3 wide receivers in the middle of May, at the beginning of June, doesn't scream out a lot of positivity. Obviously, they're going to cut some of these players, practice squad, XYZ, Elemental P. But as it stands right now, the Giants wide receiver room is Malik Neighbors, Darnell Mooney, Malachi Fields, Calvin Austin, Odell Beckham Jr., Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton is still on the team. My goodness. Braxton Berrios, Isaiah Hoggins, Bo Collins, Dalen Camber, Xavier Gibson, Ryan Miller, and Jalen Hyatt. I didn't even know Jalen Hyatt was still on the team. Tennessee legend. You know what they say about Tennessee wide receivers. Craziness. Tell me, that's a comment down below. Who's wide receiver 1 right now? Malik Neighbors is hobbling. I don't know if he's going to play this year. OBJ is 37 years old. I don't know how old he is. He's old. I don't know. Maybe it's Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely is my vote. Y'all let me know who y'all think wide receiver 1's going to be. But let's check on J6. You know what I'm saying? That was out there doing it big on May 29th. Now, you know, I don't want to go too much deeper into the controversy with old J6, right? I think that Jackson Dart showed you who he really was. And I don't really mean by supporting Mr. T. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the even bigger was the fact that he did it and then wanted to get uncomfortable and XYZ. I don't be having issues with people who look like Jackson believing those things. Like I know somebody had to vote him. I'm not offended by that. My problem is the fact that everybody is blaming Abdul Carter for some reason. Like it's almost like freedom of speech and freedom of expression only works in a certain way. If Jackson, do your thing, Jackson. But Abdul should also be able to do his thing, right? And Jackson Dart should understand that there are consequences to his actions. And I think he's finding out that pretty quick. That's why he was, had that big Chat GPT paper ready to rock and roll from his PR department, right? That immediately shows me that he's under enough fire. He's dealt with enough, right? And at the end of the day, it's also okay to make a mistake too, right? So like I'm not, I don't think Jackson Dart's a terrible person or anything. I don't, you know what I'm saying, whether or not I believe or agree with what he's going on, that's not up for me to judge. But I can agree that he has regrets, right? And he thinks it was a mistake. Otherwise, he wouldn't have backtracked his statements. He wouldn't have came out there with a piece of paper. He wouldn't have made remarks. He would have said, this is this, and that's what I believe. Bada bing, bada boom. I talked to my people, and that's it. That's not what you did. You know what I'm saying? So I think we can all agree that the I don't want to say writing's on the wall, but I think he's gonna learn, and I hope he's learning. How things are going and how things are rolling. But hey, continue to express yourself. But you're gonna express yourself. Stand on it now. I need you to stand 10 toes on it. Don't do that. I want you to embrace it. But hey, man, Jackson Dart, as long as he protects his cranium and stops running the football every time, thinks about running out of bounds once or twice, he could be a good football player. Now, wow, there's Gunner. That's crazy. Gunner is the man who literally just tore his Achilles. This is like moments before disaster. Number 80 is Gunner. I just think it's interesting. I think it's very interesting. I think they have a potential to have a really fun team. I really like Isaiah Likely a lot. Obviously you've got the big hedgehog coming back to the running back in Cam Scatterboo. So very interesting. Harbaugh's got a lot on his plate, though. He's got some nostalgia. He's got some drama. He's got all types of fun, man. Hey, this is the drama that some people say a certain quarterback brings. You know what I'm saying? One quarterback was doing a fundraiser or I think like some competition for was it like a haircut thing SHEDEUR did? Breaking records in the NFL. Doing his getting the big money from the NFLPA, and another one doing what he doing, having the cop please and having the backtrack statements. I'm just I don't know. I don't know who you think is controversial. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just think that's very funny. But hey, y'all be great. Y'all be beautiful. Y'all be blessed. Like this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't. What's it called? The Giants are in an interesting situation, and it ain't got nothing to do with off the field. It's got everything to do with their field and people staying safe and staying healthy. I really hope people stay healthy. I hope Odell stays healthy. If you're a Giants fan, I hope everything goes great, man. Like this video if you do like it. Dislike it if you don't. Subscribe if you like football content. Hype the video because I have a good time there. And be blessed, be beautiful. We see you next time. Peace. All right. I want to wrap up, I guess, the Myles Garrett situation. I guess we can wrap up the Myles Garrett situation. What's it called? Oh, no. I didn't say, I want to make sure I clarify because I'm sure people in the video are going to mispronounce it, or misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying being, supporting Big T is, what's it called? What do you call it? I'm not saying that's a mistake. Hey, live your life. It's a sports channel. I ain't gonna get into that. Hey, man, I think y'all should know how I feel about certain things. I think it's pretty clear to tell. But I ain't gonna open that because it's a sports channel. I ain't smart enough to tell you nothing about the political sphere. I ain't got that up there. You know what I mean? I just dribble. You feel what I'm saying? But the mistake is the way that he went about it, and the only reason why I say that is because you don't give a PR statement about something that you're confident in. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't walk out with Morgan Wallen and then have to give a PR. Well, actually, yeah. If you Caitlin Clark, you do. But you don't walk out with, I don't know, who's like a non-controversial. Everybody is so controversial these days. Like for like artists, you can't even walk out with Drake. He be, you know what I'm saying? You heard what he be getting into. What's it called? Mary Poppins or something. You can't even walk out, you know what I'm saying, with Mary. If you walked out with Mary Poppins, you wouldn't have to come on stage and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is why I support Mary Poppins in the magical world. Like that's just not how that go. You feel me? That's not how I feel. Okay, so I do want to recap Myles Garrett, and then we also have the camera. How long have we been streaming? We've been streaming for 1:40. Okay. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. The lady called. What's it called? So what I was saying was, I didn't know Caitlin Clark was like that. I didn't know Caitlin. I don't know nothing about Caitlin Clark. I don't know nothing about C. I be watching the Joe Budden podcast though, so I saw. Yeah, man. I saw what she was up to. I saw what she was getting into, man. Oh man. Oh man. All right. Yeah. I already have that video. I got the okay. We don't even need to do that. Let's recap this Myles Garrett thing. Let's wrap this up. Let's recap this. Hey. Like I said, it's a sports channel, man. I don't know Nathan about Nathan, man. I don't know Nathan about Nathan. I barely know anything about football. I told y'all that. But please do not let anybody make you feel bad for what you believe. Please believe in what you believe. Stay strong in what you believe too. If you're gonna believe something, if you're gonna say something, and you know what? I'm gonna get on my soapbox. Tings is gonna get on my soapbox. I do want to say this about the Jackson Dart situation. Here's one thing that Tings has always believed and has always kept, and I respect this. I might not respect your opinion, but opinions are different for a reason, right? You can all have them, you can all hold them, all that. But what I don't respect is someone who can't stand on the things that you say to believe in. So if you're going to stand on XYZ, you're going to stand in front of a podium and say these things. If you're going to get on mic, this guy right here, get on mic and defend people and say things about SHEDEUR and like I do and say this thing, you better be able to defend it. When people come and press you about it, when people question you about it, hey, you can look in the comment section. When people ask me, oh, but you're a Texas. Oh, blah, 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 blah. No, I'm a fan. Oh, but you said that. Nope, never said that. Oh, I'll be in them comment section. I'll be setting it straight. There is no misconception of me because I'm very open with y'all. I'm open about my fanhood. I'm open why I like SHEDEUR, why I like Dan. I've told y'all the reasons and seasons and X, Y's and Z's. Y'all have come at me for being critical of for development and different things of that nature. So like, I'm just using that as an example of no matter what it is, if you're going to commit yourself this much to this thing, you know what I'm saying? This is, you got to be able, if they ask you a question, it needs to be, actually, I'm happy you asked. This, and this is what I feel about Mr. T. And this, this is my favorite thing that he does. Bam. Like that's all I'm saying. That's what I want out of you. If you gonna do that, why stand in front of the podium? You can't. They ask you in a very easy situation. Hey, what about that? And you got a whole thing. Nah, I'm not vibing with that. You know what I mean? I'm not vibing with that. But let's close this out. I want to close this out by just final remarks. Final remarks about the Browns trade and everything. Final details we have, because there's a lot. I wouldn't say there's a lot of details coming out, but what I would say is if you gave me a chance. Sorry, I was trying to pay the water bill. I had it up here. Sorry. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just grab the last bit of the Myles Garrett situation, see if there's any more updates that we have. We did confirm how many draft picks and everything, and we're just going to fully walk through it all and kind of have that conversation about situation. Wow. This is kind of hard to take in, you feel? This is crazy. All right, so now I got to wrap my head back around this Myles Garrett situation. My gosh. Are the Rams like the scariest team in the NFL? Dog, the Rams got a team. Okay. This is the full. Okay. They are getting more picks. They are, in fact, getting more picks. We're going to talk about this. We're going to wrap this up like this. Fast and Furious. I just want to make sure I have everything together. Oh, we even have some about his no trade clause. This is crazy, dog. All right, I'm just getting some more details here, and we're about to end the stream, but we're gonna wrap it up with the last details of the Myles Garrett trade. Other details. Okay, well there's an AJ Brown trade that's about to be done too. Man, I might have to wait for the AJ Brown trade, man. I might have to wait for the AJ Brown trade, man. They're saying there's an AJ Brown trade in the works. My goodness. And Brandon Ayuk to the Commanders. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, this is sad, man. This is a sad video now, man. They got the video of Denzel Boston and Myles Garrett. Oh, man. Man. All right. I think we can wrap this up. Oh, here we go. Jared Verse. Shout out again. Jared Verse is an absolute dog. Like I want to make sure that is never lost. I know I said it 1,000 times, but I just want to make sure that's not lost. That he's really good at playing football. And I want to make sure there is some statistic that like. All right, cool. All right. Let's wrap this up. Okay. Here it is. We've got all the details. All right, cool. Because we are the Aqua Team. Myles Garrett, obviously officially traded. But the problem that we have is now it's time to start weighing out the trade. Can we grade and give a grade to the Cleveland Browns trade? So let's give them a grade. We got to give a grade, obviously, to the Browns. We have to give a grade to also the Rams. So let's just let's go through all the details, right? We reacted to it. My jaw was on the floor, the whole situation, right? Now let's really go into detail and let's see what they got and what they didn't. Because at the end of the day, Jared Verse is a really good football player. Like I don't want to mince any words there that like he's really good at football player. This isn't just we got to, the Browns get a guy in return. You get a young player that is starting to ascend and could potentially turn into a top tier football player. Now, it's no guarantee that he's going to be Myles Garrett. There is only one Myles Garrett. But at the end of the day, a really good football player, and I'm going to stress that to you as well. So the full trade terms per ESPN sources, right now, because obviously when we last talked, Andrew Berry hadn't confirmed anything. Myles Garrett goes to the Rams. They are ready to go. They just got Trent McDuffie. They're trading away all their picks. They got Ty Simpson. Apparently something came out that because they got Ty Simpson, it really helped them ensure that they could do this trade. Now, this trade, when I first heard it, it was supposed to be Jared Verse, a great football player, and that 2027 first-round pick. Now, one thing, the Rams' first-round pick ain't going to get you an Arch Manning, ain't going to get you a top whatever. It's not going to get you Jeremiah Smith unless you plan on packaging that up and trading it away to move up. Obviously, that could be a possibility. But then on top of that, I'm like, I wouldn't say prime Myles Garrett. Maybe he's leaving his prime years, but at this stage, he is one of the best defensive players in the league right now. Obviously, we can talk about history. He's one of the best defensive players in history. But as it stands right now, with his age, with how long he's been in the league, you can say one of the best players in the league still to this day. So just a first round pick, I was questionable. But then we start getting that you also get a second and a third. Now, time to me matters, right? Getting a 2028 second. It really helps a team that you would expect that's going to be good after 2027 using a later first round pick. Hopefully in that second round, in 2028, that boy too, what I'm saying? He got his wide receivers going, everybody cool. You might need another defensive player. You feel what I'm saying? So for a team that is heading towards some potential success, a 2028 second and a 2029 third, that's actually pretty good value for planning. But to trade one of the greatest players of all time, especially one of the greatest defensive players of all time, I feel like just another first round would be great. I feel like maybe you double up on second rounds. Heck, if you throw in another second round and a third round, go ahead and give me a second round this year, 2027 second round, 2027 first round, 2028 second round, and a third rounder and Jared Verse. I feel a little bit better, but at the end of the day, you got to remember Myles Garrett did have a no trade clause. So what this might have came down to is that the Brown, or again, like Adam Schefter says, I think he really wanted out, right? A lot of people, I made this video when I was first, or I made this point when he first got traded. I was like, a lot of people were kind of, for the whole year, making fun of Myles Garrett because he got the money. He said he wanted out. Don't complain. Y'all begged him to actually leave and get traded, and if you actually want to get traded, blah, blah, blah. Now he's actually traded. Now he's actually gone, right? Now the question needs to be answered of, okay, well, what do you do next? Now, phenomenal player in Jared Verse. I think he's going to do great things, but this is a serious hole in a defense, which you saw how the run defense completely fell apart, right? And Jared Verse is great in his own regard, specifically rushing the passer. Actually, I don't think he's that bad at defending the run either, but again, the flexibility with Myles Garrett, the fact that you can put him anywhere you want, is a whole nother situation, right? So as it stands right now, the Rams have added cornerback Trent McDuffie and defensive end Myles Garrett. They are looking at a team that was in the NFC Championship, and they said, go ahead and give us two of the best players in their position respectively, and they went ahead and get that done. So a few more details here. Basically, this is just alluding to the fact that Myles is going to be on a team that probably won't be trailing a lot like he was in the Browns. And then, of course, Adam Schefter says the Rams' interest in Myles Garrett sparked shortly after the modified contract. I just want to bring that back up because it goes back to one of the things that I tell y'all. Look, not Myles Garrett. Tings will tell you a joke, but I promise you, I will not lie, because at the end of the day, I always tell you what happens in these sorts of times and places and spaces. And I say during the draft time, and that's when, his contract was being manipulated and changed. I was like, everything's a lie. So when you hear Andrew Berry come out and say, we're just, he's a life Browner. He's a this, he's a that. All of that was just smoke and mirrors to do what they needed to do, right? And get the job done. I heard that this deal had been done for weeks. That this deal had been done, just waiting for it to come through and for officially to happen. So pressure rates last 2 years, Myles Garrett has a 17% pressure rate. Jared Verse has a 16% pressure rate. Again, that doesn't help in the run game, but and it doesn't help for a defensive end or a defensive group that's kind of lacking in defensive ends, right? But at the end of the day, you still get a top-tier football player. But we got to grade both of these, right? We're grading both of these players. So as it stands right now, for the 26 Rams. They have the 25 leader in sacks with Myles Garret. They have the 25 leader in passing yards and touchdowns and the MVP, Matthew Stafford. The leader in receptions, which is Puka. The leader in receiving touchdowns, Davante Adams. I don't know how they got Davante Adams again. I thought he was going to be gone, right? What's it called? So I think that's interesting. And Leanne makes a really good point. She says the run defense fell apart with Myles on the field. On defense, he fell apart. Or am I tripping? Yes, but what I'm saying is having a phenomenal football player like Myles Garret is always going to help in general. You know what I'm saying? So not to say, I actually think Jared Verse can defend the run pretty well. So it's not that you're losing a lot on the run defense side because he can defend the run. It's more so that you're losing so much more upside and still having about the same to probably less run defense. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get to bolster that. If you got Jared Verse and you got a defensive tackle, okay, now we're having a different conversation. Because now you bolster one of the only weak points in this defense and you replace. You see how that kind of evens out, but now you're downgrading one of your biggest pluses and you still have the whole of your run defense isn't great. So that's really where that issue kind of comes up for the Browns, right? And then as we push forward and take a deeper look here to the Browns part, because again, we have to grade the Browns side. We have to grade the Rams side. So talking about the Browns, I cannot stress Florida State product. Jared Verse is a dog. Jared Verse included in the trade is huge for the Browns. He's 25 years old, very young. He's still in his rookie contract, 2 years in the league, so he's got 2 more years on that. And after this year, he's going to be eligible for contract extensions. This is going to be very much a prove-it year for him to see if he's going to get his 5th year option picked up, if he's going to get an extension. You could theoretically, after this 3rd year, you could technically get 4 or 5, because 5th year, you could get 2 cheap years with the 4th, 5th year option and then extend him on a contract like the Texans did with Will Anderson. That's what they did. He's on his, I think same thing, what's it called? He's on his 4th year. So he's about to finish out his contract, but they picked up his 5th year and extended him, right? But what that does for him is, again, he's still going to be paid those rookie numbers during the time. And then that money's going to kick in. So they have a really good opportunity to set themselves up if Jared Verse is playing at that same level, maybe even better as he's aging and getting better in the league, that they could have potentially a new Myles Garret, cheaper, better, in a better situation for them to hopefully hold off on the cap so it's not hit as much as they continue building this very young and seemingly explosive team. So, don't be too sad about it. 2-time Pro Bowler. He's only been in the 2 years, 2 Pro Bowls, defensive rookie of the year, 124 tackles. Again, he was 3rd in pressure since his rookie year, only behind Micah Parsons and Myles Garret, right? So I by no means should you be sad about having Jared Verse. I think the more sad thing is, did you get enough for Jared Verse? That's the real question. I want you to answer that question under this video if you're watching it, after you hype the video, of course, and like the video and subscribe. Let me know down below, did the Browns get fleeced? Now, I want to go through a few videos. This one's just sad, man. This one's just sad.
Nah, because the homies are about to freak out when I tell them this. What? Next to Myles Garret, though? Let's go. We got the gloves in here, yeah. Okay.
The kid wanted to be next to Myles Garret. The kid wanted to be next to greatness. That's sad. That's real sad. That makes me real sad. Now, let's get into the speculation, because who cares about this and that? We care about how much the compensation was compensated. Browns media, how we feeling? And go ahead.
The Browns get they get Jared Verse, right? That's who they get, defensive pass rusher from the Rams. They also get a 1st-round pick in 2027. So next year, they get a 2 in 2028 and a 3 in 2029. And these are all going to be late picks, too.
And that goes back to what I said about can you even take the 1st-round pick like at face value, right? Because it's not just a 1st-round pick. It's a Rams 1st-round pick. This is not a team that is known to be picking high in the draft. You feel what I'm saying? But again, what else do they feel about it?
You said the Browns will be better.
Yes, I'm saying the Browns will be better, but I don't have to put a better number on it. The whole point is if you're working towards a culture, if you're working towards guys who are buying in, because I'm in love with a Carson Schlesinger-led football team. I'm in love with a Judkins-led football team. Those guys are the guys who are your future. They are your base. They are your core. You're just getting rid of guys who, again, are great players, but you need to move on and change the temperament of your locker room.
So last year, Myles on his own probably won 3 games for the Browns.
Maybe.
So how many wins?
Wait. Do you think Myles Garrett won 3 games on his own last year? Answer that right now.
They're going to be better. You said they're going to be better. How much better? Yes. So how much better are they going to be next year?
15 games, E. I mean, what's the point? No one knows that. The whole point is it's going to make their culture better.
It's going to make their culture better. You lose one of the most dominant players of his era. And now we're talking about how now it's a rejuvenated whole new era to go ahead and attack. I mean, I don't know if you can hear my little buddy in the background, but he's not happy about it. I don't know what to say. Peter Schrags, let's close it out. What else do you have to say about the?
So they've been talking for weeks trying to get this done. They've kept it quiet so that Jared Verse didn't find out on the internet. He found out directly from the Rams. When was Jared Verse a part of it? Because I believe Schefter told us that Verse being added to the option was basically what kind of moved the needle for Andrew Berry to pull the trigger on the trade as a whole. Were there other players being offered up, or was that the first time a player got? Like, how did we kind of get to that? And when did the Rams find out that Verse was potentially going to be traded?
Yeah, and that's the hard part about this. You give up a star player like Jared Verse, who's beloved there with the Rams, but both sides had been talking, and I could say it's been weeks. They've been talking for weeks, and Verse was dropped in there at a certain point where the Browns couldn't turn around and just say no to this. So those conversations were had, and I could tell you Barry and Snead and McVay and Munkin and, of course, the ownership groups, they have all been lock and key for the most part, saying we're not going to talk about this publicly until it gets over the finish line. But in the last few days, it looked like the finish line was near. And obviously, Jared Verse was the tipping point where the Browns said, okay, in exchange, we get a guy who is not only a top 20 pick who's gotten better every year, but he could be a super talent in addition to a first round pick. So this was one where I think the Rams were really pushing it. The Rams were the ones trying to make it, and they continued to knock down those doors. And then at a certain point, the Browns said, yeah, this is the best player we've had on defense, maybe in our team's history. But in exchange, we get a guy who's younger, we get a fresh new start, and with an entirely new coaching staff. Well, okay, if we're going to make this trade and we're going to do it and get him off the books and let him go pursue his Super Bowl dreams,
then the best time to do it is right now. So in closing, because I think my boss is coming for me and my little bitty buddy, what's it called? I need to grade both of how I feel about the Rams. I'm going to do it on this side, and then I'm going to grade how I feel about the Browns. So the Browns, I got to give them a B+. I mean, a B-. I really like Jared Verse as a player. I've liked him again since out of Florida State. I think it's still going to be a downgrade in the defensive side. But getting someone like Jared Verse, again, there's so many pros. The flexibility you have, the money you're paying him, the cap. Like there's just so many. There's too many positives there for me to not think that Andrew Berry was literally sitting there like, if we're going to give up Myles Garrett, might as well be for somebody who has the upside. And if it not have the upside, well, only tied to you for 2 years. And those 2 years are rookie numbers. That's great to see. But I got to give an A+ to what the Rams are doing. I just feel like they have that's a team and an organization that moves in a direction, and they move there together. They know what's happening, and all their resources get piled together to do that. It seems like, hey, they are winning it now robust. They extend Matt Stafford. They get Vontae. They still have Devontae Adams. You go get Ty Simpson to stash him because your plan is to not have a high first-round pick for the next foreseeable future as you trade away and get another Super Bowl ring, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this trade. More importantly, like the video, subscribe if you enjoy this football or enjoy football content. Like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't. Subscribe if you enjoy football content. I already said that twice anyway. Hype it again, though. Double hypes. Be great. If you watch it live, I cannot thank you enough. If you're watching another video, don't miss another live, man. We're going to go live Thursday. It was a surprise live on Monday. I just had to do it, man. But y'all be great. Y'all be beautiful. Y'all be blessed. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right, stream. All right. I got to go. I wasn't supposed to even be streaming. Thank all y'all for being here. Leanne, thank you so much. One Ohio Dog. Who else? Flower Blue, Grape Tea News. I already said Leanne. Big Trizzy. Bridget. D Manuel, everybody who what's it called? Yeah, Bridget Maxey. I already talked about Trish. I already said Leanne. I already talked about. Did I talk about Mashaya Wada? Did I talk about Mr. Brownie God? Did I talk about Donna? Did I talk about Marie? Did I talk about all you phenomenal people that in the middle of the day when Myles Garret gets traded, y'all decided to come to my stream? I cannot thank y'all enough. More content coming up, more videos coming out, more streams coming this week. OTAs are back on tomorrow. Man, oh man.